Hey, good morning, everyone. Or I don't know. For me, it's still morning. It's actually for me 10:45 in the morning, so not quite afternoon. For others, who knows? Who knows? Okay, let's see. Recorder is running, so that's confirmed. I want to welcome everybody. Ed, I want to say thank you very much for once again inviting me here on this Monday. I appreciate it. Until Ed tells me no more, folks, I'll be here till then, 11:45 Eastern here. So we hope you come by and say hi to us. This is being recorded, and we will get that recording out. Actually, I think I'll be able to get it out this afternoon because I light load this afternoon here. All right. I guess everybody is clearly aware of how much the market moved today. Absolutely clearly aware. And for the most part, if you really weren't in anything over the weekend, you got kind of caught off guard. Good morning, Nina. Good morning, Crystal, John, Lee. Thank you very much, guys. Nina? Hey, Nina. Is it Nina? Okay, yeah. So, you might have got caught blindsided going into the weekend. We were up quite a bit. I know a lot of people that were in cash. I wasn't in cash, but I certainly was a little bit light. It was nice. We took some profits this morning. Very nice. And right now, all honesty, you might be a little late getting into things right now today. So be careful. One of the things I posted out on our alerts app, is rule number 52. Don't get caught up in the FOMO trap. FOMO stands for fear of missing out, FOMO. And this is where some people might be today, caught up in that FOMO trap. I assure you, I'm not supposed to use the word guaranteed. Can't do that. But I think this is one time I can. I can guarantee you the market will pull back. I can't guarantee you when. I can't do that. But I can guarantee you that it will pull back and it will set up again in some of those primo chart patterns that the scanner here picks up. And this is, by the way, just 3 of my windows. I think I have about 25, maybe 30 windows up now. Looking for different things, scanning the market in real time here. And, when the market sets up again, the scanner will start cluing us in on that. And if I buy something, I'll post it out to everyone everyone that's a member or a trial member. I'll post it to you on the app, providing you downloaded it. It's free to download, by the way. If anyone would like to download, you certainly can. We can talk about that a little later. Unfortunately, right now, though, I'm going to sit kind of patient. There's a couple stocks we're going to look at that I'd like. Part of me wants to buy them today. But I'm definitely going to wait to the end of the day just to see how the market acts the rest of the day. I want to make sure that we stay reasonably on the bright side. We don't want to be heavily on the dark side. Now, here, let me bring up one of those charts. What is it? WK. Here, I wrote it down here. There it is. Upwork. Upwork is a chart I'm considering, and it's on our charts to ponder. Every weekend I put out a list of charts that to take a look at for the weekend. These are charts that I like and that I will continue to watch until they fall apart or until they head downward through the trend line. And what I do is I put them on a watch list, just like this right here. And I wait for them to start to alert. I look for things like maybe a bounce off of a moving average, a 3/8 trap, or maybe an 8/17 trap, or a moving average crossover, things like that. That's what I use. That's the kind of stuff I like to look for. There are, good Lord, with the scanner here, I don't even know how to say how many possible scans there are. There's a, I don't know, I don't know how many scans are actually there. I don't know. And then you can mix match to do all sorts of things. So the number is, it's crazy, the possibilities. I keep mine pretty simple. Pretty simple. Okay, let me kind of answer some question here. John, you sold your NVIDIA on Thursday, and it really moved today. Yeah, some of those really did. Some of those were pretty good. It moved, but you know what? You sold it on Thursday. It's actually, if you were to ask me, I think NVIDIA is in a prime spot for another possible buy. Now, I love the 3/8 trap. I really, really, really do. Maybe sometime I'll tell you the story of how the trap came about. And it wasn't the 3/8 trap. It was a different trap that was taught to me years ago. And over time, we just put this together. But I don't know if I have time today, but I'll definitely plan it. It's worth knowing. So I think this is acting good. You've got a low, high, and now we're consolidating. And I think that's great. So for me, I'm going to look at things like this inside that area right there. Now, ultimately, I would like it to be pull back a little bit more. I would like it a little closer to the T-line there. And inside that trap, that would give me a better buy. And the cool thing is live trading alerts us on that. That really is kind of a cool thing. In fact, I don't know if you guys know, and today was a great day. This morning was a great day. We took some positions off the table. We collect those profits, and let's see, I wrote it down. We're up 67.5% in 2 months on the Road to Wealth account. I'm about $3,200 short of doubling the account, and that was my 12-month goal. So here it is, the 9th of November. There's an excellent chance I get it doubled by the end of this month. And if not, Merry Christmas to me. I'm pretty confident I'll have it done by Christmas. So then I can not only double it, but I can go on to tripling it or possibly quadrupling it. And I got to tell you, this is where I want to stop for a second. I want to say thank you, Mr. Ed Carter, for what you do with live trading alerts, because without that, I do not believe I could have done it. Now, that's not the only thing. Not gonna lie to anybody here. You've got to know how to understand charts. You've got to know how to read charts. But without live trading alerts here, I don't know. I'd be like a duck out of water. So thank you, Ed. Appreciate it. So anyway, I think NVIDIA is a great one to wait for the setup to come to you. We are up against resistance there, so we want to keep an eye on that. But I don't see any reason why it can't break out right now. Hello, Christina. Thoughts on MA and V? Sure. Up too high. How's that? V, up too high. Now, and I'm dead serious about this, okay? Dead serious. Now let me finish. I haven't even read all your statement, but let me finish reading your statement here. Along with so many others, the huge gap up today with V hitting all-time high intraday, would going short on them be a strategy, just looking at the massive gap to fill? That absolutely would be a strategy, Christina. But I'm going to bring another chart up here. I want to show you this chart, okay? And then we'll go back to V. Because, Christina, I trade in my own way, all right? I'm not at all trying to suggest that the way I trade is the best way to trade. Not even remotely close. I know people that make me look childish. They're such good traders. And they trade different, okay? But let me talk about SDS, because this is real life. This is real life today, all right? So going in Friday, you know what I did? I bought a little SDS. I did. Now, I sold it immediately this morning, right away. I took a loss on SDS, but I made a ton of money on other positions. But do you know why I took a trade on SDS? I took a trade because I was betting against my rules. I was betting that it was oversold and we might move up. I was betting without any rhyme or reason, other than we're so oversold it could bounce up. Now, it could have worked. Absolutely. Done it before, it's worked. But there is no charting that can be done on this. No charting at all. There's no trend for me to buy it. There's no confirmation for me to buy it. It was all guesswork. Absolute guesswork. So let's take a look at Visa. Now, do I think Visa's too high? I don't think it's too high, no. I think it's moved too high too quick, yes. Can it move down? Absolutely. What I shorted here, you don't have a prayer in hell of me shorting it here. And the reason is, following your rules is what works. Now, what works for me is I want to see follow through. So if we started trading below today's low, possibly, absolutely, but not here. How do I know it's not going to go up higher? I don't know that. What we want to see is the trend fall apart. And right now the trend looks pretty doggone bullish, if you ask me. Pretty doggone bullish. So, is it a strategy? It is if you want it to be. Anybody can make a strategy up. The problem is are you willing to take that risk with any kind of without any kind of charting? And see, I'm not. So, truthfully, I do not think it's a short. Not until the chart proves it. Okay? So, there was a little real life lesson that I did. I took the trade of SDS Friday, took a bath on it today, and Visa's the same thing, just the opposite. You know, one's was way down, one's way high. So, I honestly believe that if you simply follow some chart patterns, okay, and if this is a chart pattern you follow, and if it works for you, then keep doing it. I don't see the chart pattern there myself, but it doesn't mean that you don't see the chart pattern or whatever you might see. Okay, so anyway, I could just keep repeating myself and talking about this all day long. So anyway, I hope that made sense to you. Hope it kind of helped. Maybe make you think about a thing in there. Think or two. Think about a thing or two. Hey, BB. Very good day. Yes, it was. Is still a very good day. Took profit enough to buy a Tesla for Christmas. No kidding, BB. Amazing. Well done. Well done. Holy moly. Let's see, Nina, what do I think about Tesla? Well, let's go take a look. Again, let's talk about that Visa chart just for a sec. Visa's not in any kind of chart pattern. That's why I'm not for trading it. On the other hand, I look at Tesla. Tesla is in a chart pattern. It's at a place that makes sense to me. We have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low. We are in the trap right now. The problem is we have a little bit of resistance right here. Now, trading is nothing but risk. That is absolutely all it is. It's just absolutely nothing but risk. And your job as a trader is really not to make money. It's to reduce risk. That's what it is. So, I look at this chart right here, and really, it looks to me like it's just going sideways. In a bullish way, by the way. I'm very happy with that. So one could look at this and say, all right, I want to buy it here, but what are you going to be doing? Well, I'll tell you what you're going to be doing, and I promise this is what you're going to be doing. You buy it, you're going to remind me of, and there's nothing wrong with this, by the way. You're going to remind me of the bowler that throws the bowling ball down the bowling alley, and he stands there at the foul line, and he's moving his hand, waving it. You've all seen it. You maybe even all have done it. Wave your hand like you're going to make that ball move to the pocket out there. And you're going to do that until it breaks out, because that's what you want it to do. So you can buy it here. And by the way, it looks good to me. I'm not knocking the chart at all. You just have to make a decision. You can buy it there, where it is now. You can wave your hand and hope the ball gets into the pocket up here, or you could simply wait till it breaks out over that resistance area right there. So break out, pull back, and test. Really, you have a decision to make. It's got nothing to do whether is it a good chart or bad chart. I think it's a great looking chart, to tell you the truth. But it's just a decision on where to enter the chart. You have resistance here. You have resistance, actually, a lot of little resistance areas here. Let's see. Right there, right there, right at 3 candles right there. So you just got to, like I say, make that decision. Is it going to break out? Outside of that, I think it's a pretty nice chart. And then, of course, you've got these highs over here you've got to deal with. One thing about Tesla, you'll hear from a lot of people that they're going to be forced to deal with a lot of competition coming up pretty darn quick. It's already starting. That might affect it. To me, that's got nothing to do with it. Just simply trade the chart. Trade the trend. When you see a trend working and it comes back into the pocket, your area to buy, trade the trade. Let's see here. John, when do you make a decision? When do you make a decision what to use? The T-line band versus 3/8 trap, for example. Depends on the chart, John. The T-line bands, T-line bands, they're right there. The 3/8 trap, those are just tools. Those are just tools in the toolbox. And they are just areas to really help you enter. What ideally, I think using a naked chart is the best way to go. And then what I do is I look at the scanner, and I have the scanner set up for, I don't have any right now set up for the bands, but there's scans in there for that. If I see a chart coming up on the 3/8 trap, then I go look at the chart, and then I'm willing to buy that chart because I see what price action is doing. And the scanner has just the scanner has led me into a chart that is doing what I want it to be doing. So I understand your question, and maybe trying to figure out, well, what's the best one to use, or whatever, I guess. The thing to do is some places you're going to use a screwdriver, some places you're going to use a chisel, and some places you're going to do a hammer. They're just tools. That's all they are. So as you look at the chart, take a look at them. This would be the 3/8 trap. Do you see a trade there? T-line channels, do you see a trade there? T-line channels look like they're in a downtrend to me. So that might not be a trade if I want to use that tool. Because the T-line channels, truthfully, I want to see them trending up is what I want to see. So I hope that helped. I understand your question. I truly do. And I understand, maybe why you're asking. But just keep in mind, they're just tools in the toolbox, and it's whichever chart fits the tools you're using is what it is. P-Man, do you think the V is getting too far above the T-line? Yes, I do. But what does that mean? What does that mean? It's too far from the T-line? Let's look at this stock here, and I am seriously thinking about buying it. What is it? UPWK. Is that too far above the T-line? Some might say it is. So, is it too far from the T-line? But you know what Visa could do? Visa could sit here and go sideways for days. For days. Until the T-line catches up to it. So, do I want to short it? No, not until I see selling. And by the way, a doji candle is not a sell signal, despite what you may have heard elsewhere. Doji signal is not a sell signal, nor is it a buy signal. It's what happens after the signal that you need to be concerned with. So, if we're going to see a sell on it, because that's what you're leaning toward because of your question, I can tell, you want to see confirmation. You just don't want to just short it. Not smart, I don't think. I don't really want to buy it because you think it needs a little consolidation? I think yes. Hope that helped. Let's see. Rick, can you give your thoughts on CRDF? Sure can. CRDF. Nice chart. I like that. Let's take a look at a weekly chart. Weekly chart looks pretty good. And what I'm looking for on a weekly chart is not the price action right here so much. What I'm looking is down the road. What can it do for me? We're going to go right there, all right? So this is what it can do for me, I think, in the near term. Holy Toledo. I'm going to have to rethink this. That's 118%. No, that's it, though. Holy smoke. All right, so a lot of volatility there. That's crazy. Great looking chart. Great money can be made on this chart. Be careful if it goes against you. Keep your stops solid. Keep them solid. So right now, I like this chart. So here's what I would do. I would put it on my watch list, and I have a hot list. I have a chart or a list I call my hot list. These are stocks that I'm very much interested in and or stocks I'm in. I do have to filter through it every now and then. Admittedly, I have not filtered through this, weeded them out in a couple of weeks, so I've got to do a little weeding. But what I would do is I would put that on my hot list, and in my hot list, I also have something, the 3/8 trap. So the only way I would trade this is if it showed up on that. And I have another one that I really kind of like here, and that's the trap yesterday. So what it is, it's a stock that was in the trap yesterday, and if it starts breaking out of the trap, the top of the trap right there, that's where I would start to make an entry on that stock, because I only want to buy a stock where I see buyers coming into. That's one of the little we'll call it tricks to the road to wealth success. And it's because of the scanner that gives us that success. The scanner is it's what makes the trick happen. So when I see it start to move, then I will buy it. Now, admittedly, you'll find that I do not shop for entries. Entries are not that important to me. They're not that important when it comes to should I enter at 1744 or should I enter at 1834. That does not matter to me. Now, I do not want to make an entry if it moves up here. Well, I don't want to enter up there. No. But I don't care about the pennies down here. So I want to know when the chart is moving. That's what the scanner does. When it does, that's when I'll hop in, and is when it starts moving. When buyers are buying it. I don't want to buy it thinking, well, I'll just sit there and wait. I don't have that kind of patience. Hey, I need to take a look at something for a minute. I'm in Snap, and, well, guess I need to type the right. Huh. I guess that's why I'm down. There's not even a chart there. There it is. Well, you know what? I'm like I say, I'm not green on it right now. I bought this Friday, but that's a pretty good chart, so I'll stay with it. Sorry, because this is a trading day. This is a live webinar, so I do have to peek at mine every now and then. I'm still holding my top. We'll see, or tan. We'll see how that ends today, and then top. I'm still holding that. We'll have to watch that as well. Thank you for letting me do that real quick. All righty, cat. Jeez, Rick. There we go. Yeah, cat is doing great. Here's cat. We're right here in the 3/8 trap. Low, high, higher low. Back in that trap. It's killer. Looks terrific. And yeah, NIO is magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. A great run on it, and still looks to me like it may even have a little higher to move. Very nice on those. Again, BB, congratulations on your, not that you are going to buy a Tesla, it's just the fact that you can buy a Tesla. Congratulations, way to go. Thank you, Nina. Just curious, why are you folks, BJ, it's a business decision, and let me share something with you. When you have the road to wealth, the counts damn near doubled in 2 months. We're serious about our trading. We have a tool called real-time alerts that if you become a member, or a trial member, you download this app, and it's free, but it's part of the service. Then you'll be alerted each and every time that I or Doug buys or sells or adjusts a chart. So each time hit run candlesticks or right way options, you've got to be a member of both services, not just one, to get them both. Anyway, it's a business decision. So that's exactly why, right there. Exactly why. Thank you for asking. Let's see, Nina, what criteria are you using for your multiple screens, please? Multiple screens. Nina, it's not important what I use. It's important what you use, okay? It really is. There's no secrets here. I will tell you that I'll tell you everything. On my other screens that I have, is I have the 200 period moving average and the dotted deuce. I watch price. I also have the V-stop set up on the daily and the 15-minute. That's it. There's no whiz-bang to the way you set a chart up. It really is no whiz-bang. That is not the key to trading, okay? I swear to you, that's not the key to trading. The key to trading is to live by a few simple rules and understand price action. Here's a couple simple rules. 1, only trade a chart that's trending. Do not break that rule, period. Do not break that rule. Only trade a chart that's trending. Number 2, you want to look for charts that rally and pull back to the trend, to support. You want to wait for buyers to move in? You might want to join them. As it moves up, take your money, walk away. There's not much more to it than that. But what happens, and sorry, I'm going to pick on somebody here, but what happens is we try to get all fancy-pantsy. Should I short Visa right now just because it's up too high? Well, if it follows your rules, okay. And it might be a good short. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, is that the game you want to play? That's all. So Nina, really, it's just, there's not much there. Let's take a look at Visa since we're up. Okay, I'm going to move this back down. And let's look at the 15-minute chart. Now, on my 15-minute chart, I've got the 200 period moving average that's right in here. Okay, it's laying right there. But look at that 15-minute chart. Oh, and the T-line's on there too. So that tells me that the bulls are still there. That tells me the bulls are still trying to push this up. Still trying. So I've got to make that decision whether or not I want to be in it or not. Let's look at Upwork. Whoops. UPWK. There we go. So look at Upwork here. We start to get through this area on Upwork, and this is what I'm seeing on the 15-minute chart. Oh, well, here. Volatility stop. There's the 15-minute chart right there. That's what I have. I don't have the trap. I don't have the trap. I don't have the 3 on the 15-minute chart. So there we go. So I'm looking at what are we doing here on the price action. Well, I can clearly see that if we start to break out here, I just might want to be in this chart. And I kind of want to be in it right now. The only thing stopping me is the fact the market is up so much. So I'm watching this. If it starts to break out, I just might have to be a buyer. And I see that on the 15-minute chart. Outside of that, no other criteria. It's just that simple. It really is. Let's see. Hello, can you look at BIDU? Absolutely. BIDU. So, for a long, and you know, Ray, I look at charts like this and I ask, you know, why would you want to be long right now? Nothing about the candle here today says to be long. Nothing at all. I personally feel that buying a candle that looks like this is not good trading. Okay, now that's my way of thinking. It doesn't mean it's right. All right, it just my way of thinking. Because I grew up in a candlestick world. That candlestick does not look bullish. I can only buy into bullish candlesticks. That does not look bullish. And I grew up. Everything comes from a base of a candlestick world. And that just doesn't look bullish to me, so I can't do it. However, this is where I put it on the scanner. I wait for it to pull back into the trap. I probably should use a different color. Wait for it to pull back into the trap area. And then when I see buyers coming in there, the scanner will alert me. And that's what I would look for. I don't think I was very helpful here, and I probably didn't even begin to tell you what you were really looking for. And to top it off, look at the resistance we're at. And by the way, that is not a breakout. Okay, that is not a breakout. I'm going to say that one more time. This is not a breakout. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that is, but it's not. So you've got a crazy amount of resistance here. The market's up a crazy amount. I just don't think I want to be buying here. So there's my 2 cents, Ray. Does one get a discount by being both RW and HRC? Yes, 30%. Yes, BJ, 30%. Let's see here. And Ray, if you have another question, I would love to talk with you more about this if you want to post it below, if you have a little more on there, okay? And I want to stop here for a second. Folks, again, I can't say the way I trade is the best way to trade. I can't say that. I can only give you the results of what happens, what we trade. And I'm pretty adamant about what I'm looking for. And, in through here could have been a buy, but this, no way does this come near a buy. To me, this might fall in that category of fear of missing out. And I'm not saying this is the case. Okay, Jay, I'm not. But I can see how this would be for me anyway. You've been watching it. The market is up crazy. That excites you, gets the adrenaline pumping. It gaps up. Oh, isn't that wonderful? It comes back. Hey, that could be a great entry. See, I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. If I've missed the chart, I've missed the chart. Boy, we missed a lot of them today. So what I'm going to need to see at this point now is, and it can go higher. That's okay. But what I'm going to need to see is for it to pull back and come back into the pocket. I want it to come back into the pocket so I can trade it the way I trade it. So anyway, I hope that helped a little. Let's see here. Mel, can you look at MJ? Is it MJ or MJP? Must be MJ. MJ, and see if you think it can go to 16 bucks or higher. To tell you the truth, it could go to $37. Okay, it could. Every stock can go higher. Do I think it can go to 16? Well, yeah, I do. Okay, you know what? I'll just leave. I'll just leave it there. If you have another question there, Mel, we'll go for it. But I've answered your question. Yes, I think it can get there. Okay. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight if I don't say this next thing. All right, I just won't be able to sleep. I swear to God, I won't be able to. It might take 9 weeks to get there, just so you know. This stock is up, what, 36%? Maybe a little profit taking might be in order. So, yes, it can get there, but like I say, I just answered your question. If you have another one, let me know. Felix, can you please repeat what is a 3/8 trap? Sure. Let me see. There's just not too many charts right now in the 3/8 trap. Let me see if I can. I'm looking around. Well, here, let's look at key. No, let's not look at key. I'm trying to find you one that really would point it out. KFY. Ay. So many things are. Okay, here you go. This is actually very nice. This is in the 3/8 trap right now, right here. So the 3/8 trap is price, or the candlestick, trapped between the T-line, Armin, which is the 8 exponential moving average. That's right there. That's the T-line. The bottom of the trap, the 3/8 trap, that is. And the green line is the top of the 3/8 trap, and that's the 3 EMA. So that's what we are. We're trapped in that area right there. And then what I want to be alerted on is when I see candles looking like today, that looks like bullish to me, so that might become a buy. I'd also like the breakouts of that 3. Sometimes I'll take those trades as well. So it's just price trapped between the 8 and the T-line. Now, one thing that we require too is a trend, and you can see that we've started to trend here. okay? So right in here, you might see some 3/8 traps. You're right, we do, but we're just moving sideways. We need to break out. And that's just what we're doing right here. Is SLB a rounded bottom breakout? I don't think so. No. Well, yeah, actually, it is yes and no, okay? It is because it's between the 50 and the 200. But it's not because you don't have 10% to the 200. Now, does that mean I wouldn't trade it? I wouldn't trade it right now. However, what I would do is I would put the buy box, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to flag this, by the way, because I like this idea. I would put a box down there just to help me remember what I'm talking about here. So what I want is price to come back. Could take 3 days, could take a week or more, could take 2 weeks. Come back into this area, and then when I see buyers come in, and when we do that, we'll be in that trap area. We'll be in that trap area. And then that's where I might look to buy it. And you can see then how we would have a low to a high, to a low to a high, to a higher low, and then we'll make money on the move up, or wave 3, wave 1, 2, 3, or the ABC move. We'll make money on C, or the 1, 2, 3 move. We'll make money on the 3. That's a nice chart. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. I don't like it now, but I would absolutely like it down here. Back to the rounded bottom breakout. If it's bought, say, somewhere in the 1740 area, and I don't know if it's going to pull all the way back there. Now you've got 11.25% to the 200 period moving average, and that makes it a perfect rounded bottom breakout. Perfect. So thanks again for that. Appreciate it. Let's see. That's a good answer. I bought this. I thought this would be Mel. Well, Mel, I'm going to have to go back up. Please, everybody, please try to remember, when you type something, please put the ticker symbol in there, okay? All right. I just happened to, Mel was up there close, so I could go get it. Okay, so Mel says, I thought this was a good 2021 play for sure. All right, Mel, so this tells me you're not a swing trader, or at least not on this trade. This tells me you're kind of an investor, or maybe you're kind of a in-between somewhere. I'm a trader. I have no use for charts, interest, investing. I do invest, but that's not what we talk about here, and I don't even get into those conversations. Investing, buy and hold, that kind of thing, I don't do that here. I'm about a trade. I'm about being a trader. I'm about renting the stock and then selling it as it goes up. For instance, here, where are we here? I'm about the fact that I bought. I was in Wells Fargo last week and I sold it today for 44%. I was in Walmart last week and I sold it today for 17%. I was in GE last week and I sold it for 129% today. That's what I'm about, okay? So I look at this trade, and when, based on what you asked me, it absolutely baffles me, okay? It does, and thank you for allowing me to talk about this and be honest. But it baffles when somebody says, well, what do I think of MJ? What do I think? Run from the damn thing. Run. Why are we looking at MJ? It's junk right now. Can it go to 16? Absolutely. Can it go to 32? Absolutely. Can it go to $100? Sure. Why not? But why would you want to screw around with this when it's not set up to make you money in a short period of time? This chart needs to pull back. It needs to pull back. It needs to set up again. So, again, please, accept it that I'm really, really trying to help. I'm just showing you what I'm looking at. I am not an investor. 2021, that's so far off we don't even know. Heck, that's a long way off. A long, long way off. And anyway, what if you bought it today, thinking that in 2021 it was going to go up higher? So what are you going to do if, I can't guarantee if it's going to do it, but what are you going to do if it pulls back? Well, you're going to get kind of excited because that just might give you a reason to buy more. What are you going to do if it pulls back a little more? Well, hey man, it's on the 200 period moving average. So you know what? I'm getting excited. I just might buy more. And then what are you going to do if it continues down? Okay, you might be starting to get a little concerned. Just a tad. Just a tad. Now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do? See, short-term trading doesn't do that. But if you want to buy it and hold it to 2021, that is very possible. That is absolutely very possible. And that, it makes it not worth it for me. So, again, we're short-term, 2021. I have no clue what that's going to look like. God, I hope it doesn't look like 2020, though. Anyway, thank you, Mel. Thanks for allowing me to be completely honest here. Just to confirm, please, you only buy when price goes above. Nope, that's not what I said, Nina. Nope, it is not. Nina, here's what I would like to do. I would like you to type out your trade plan and email it to me, okay? We'll talk about it from there. That is not what I said to do. And that's not what I said I do. I buy in the 3/8 trap, and I will buy when it breaks out. That's what I said there, okay? Nina, and the reason I'm saying write your trade plan out and email it to me is because you can't trade like me. Era can't trade like me. Terry C. can't trade like me. Armin can't trade like me. I can't trade like you guys. You have to develop your own little strategy. Now, you can certainly use a lot of what anyone does, but you've got to have it written down and you've got to do it. And that is the key. One of the keys is have the plan. Put it on a 3x5 index card. If you need more than that, your plan is way too complicated. 3x5 index card. That's all you need. That's all you need. Use one for each strategy, like the round of bottom breakout. That's your plan, period. 3/8 trap. There's your plan. Let's see. How do you set up the LTA FANG scan? What we do is we create a watch list. Excuse me. We create a watch list, and I assume you know how to do that. If not, if you'll hang around afterwards, I'm pretty sure Ed will be here, and he can help you set up a watch list. And inside that watch list, just simply enter the FANG stocks. Or what I've done is I've entered not only the FANG stocks, but other stocks that's in that group. You can Google what they are. I can also post mine. I'll be glad to post my list as well. But it's real easy to do. You can. I'm just gonna fly through it. I think if I can. So, well, you know what? Let me show you an easier way. Just go to any window you have, and then go to user. Click on. Right click, and then go down to user define manage list manager. Right click, and then just create a list. Click on the plus sign. Plus sign, there we go. Name the list. I'm just going to name it test. There it is right there. There's your list. It's blank. Then just simply, you can enter them like that. Your like I say, I combine FANG stocks and If you Google it, there's more to FANG stocks than just the so-called FANG stocks. You can Google it, or I'll certainly post what I have out there. Basically, the big tech, and then from there you can just use it as your watch list. Oh, that's it. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Terry C., I used the 195 minute for afternoon entries on positive candle for years, but after comparing it to the 130 minute over the past few weeks, the 131 1 ounce for a clear look at using now. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. The only reason I like that is 3. In Japanese world, candlesticks, 3 is an important number, and if we look at a 3-bar chart, it breaks the day down into 3 bars. So for instance, this bar right here, this is Friday's ending bar, okay? This is today's first bar, and it looks horrible. Looks absolutely horrible. Remember, we're only looking at a 3-bar chart. It looks horrible. This is the second bar today, and we are currently creating a doji. So that 3rd bar, what it does is it will help us decide. Suppose the 3rd bar does this right here. All of a sudden, you've got a Morningstar signal. What if the 3rd bar does this? You have a doji continuation pattern. What if the 3rd bar does this? Just another doji. Well, I'd run scared. I would look at shorting MJ because that looks like some pretty good targets to me. So, breaking it down into 3 bars, I think is excellent. And thank you, by the way. And the 195, that also works very, very well. Very well. But thanks, Terry. Appreciate it. Matt, looking at TECK 3-bar chart. Man, that's smoking hot, isn't it? In fact, that's a buy right now to me on a 3-bar chart. That would be an app. That would be a buy, but we do have a little resistance right here. Let's go back to the daily. Look at the daily. That looks excellent. So let's talk about this. Whoops, that's not the chart. Hold on here. TECK. There we go. There we go. All right, so for a long, I'm going to have to say no, Matt. I would have to say no myself. First of all, a major rule of mine is don't buy negative bars. Just don't do it. Just don't buy a negative bar. And that is about as negative as you can get. So also too, the stock has been up one day, a gap, another day, a gap, and a high. So to me, this stock has been up, because I count days, or I count gaps as a day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The stock's been up 5 days in my mind. So 1, you never want to buy a stock that's been up 5 days. That's just wrong in every which direction. And 2, if you feel confident that it's going to start jamming to the upside, I guess it can be bought. Me, I would rather this happen. I would rather we pull back and then set up. But here comes the problem. What if it doesn't pull back? Now there lies the problem, isn't it? What if it doesn't pull back? What if today's candle does this? Oh, let's see here. What if today's candle comes up and, well, let's just say it gets bullish. Nice candle, right? And then what if we break out? Now, for some reason, I have this line here. We'll go look. For some reason, I have it there. Suppose it breaks out. Great. Because now we'll get another opportunity when it pulls back. Because I promise you it's going to pull back. I promise it will consolidate. So break out, let it come back and test, would be a buy in this area. Or a pullback and buy in this area. Now, I suppose if somebody was holding longer term, you could say, well, I'm going to buy it and just hold it. I mean, either way, you're going to buy it. You're going to buy it if it pulls back and sets up. You're going to buy it if it breaks out and sets up. So just go ahead and buy it. If you're holding longer term, then certainly that would make sense. But for a trader, I see absolutely no buy here myself based on the rules that I trade with. Hope that helped. And also, too, let me go see why I have those lines up there. Oh, that's why. So this is a weekly chart, and you can see that resistance right there. So here we've broken out. That would be, and actually we hit that resistance line also. So there you go. So really, let's see what that looks like on the daily. There we go. A little wide for now, but that's what the chart is saying. I would look for a buy in this area, but I only want to see a buy when I see buyers coming in. And that does not mean right here, because we're already up too much, in my opinion, to trade it. Thanks, Matt. Nice chart. I'm going to flag that, not for anything today or not for anything tomorrow probably, but for a little longer, week or two away maybe. CRM for a long, I like that. I like that. Low to a high, we consolidated. Now we're going to put a new floor in this. These candles here, these two candles and today's wick makes a floor. So that's new bottom. The problem is we have a resistance here. So your decision is simply, do you want to buy it, work through that resistance, or do you want to wait for that breakout? Or maybe a little bit of a rest perhaps, seeing how the market is a bit overexcited today. Maybe a rest tomorrow or the next day and buy it a little cheaper on an inside day. An inside day, by the way, is my favorite of buying. I love buying inside days like that. Because one, your stop is very clear, the big bar low and use the utilization of the previous bars. So your stop is there's no risk. I mean, 2%, very small. And also you've got a little better buy than buying up here at the high. So I'd watch an inside day. Now, you're going to have a little resistance here, but shoot, on CRM, $260 stock, 7% on the stock. Man, that's 14+% on the option. That's good money right there. Overall, I give this chart 2 thumbs up. I love it. I just question the entry today is all. A nice chart, James. Let's see, Dick. You mentioned it over the weekend. Is Apple set up? It's outside the buy box. Did you get an inside trap? No, other than it opened up this morning inside, or well, didn't open up. What it did is it came back inside the trap. It is still in the buy box. I've not bought it. This is one of the stocks that I'm considering at the end of the day if everything holds up. The problem I'm having is the market is a bit overbought. And when the market realizes that, whether it's today, tomorrow, or the next day, there'll be some profit taking, and that's going to push, 90% of stocks down. So I'm not sure that I'm actually going to buy that today, but I am very interested in buying it, buying some Apple. Very interested. But I've not yet. Let's talk about this too. When you're trading, I think you have to have some rules. Again, they just need to fit on a 3x5 card. One of the rules that I want to trade by when I look at a chart and I consider, I want to know that the market has my back. I want to know that the market's my friend. It's going to help me. Well, if I'm buying, say, Apple, for instance, if I buy Apple and if the market is doing this, but I'm still holding Apple, is the market helping me? No, it's not. Now, it's possible Apple could still be moving up. Very possible. But but your up move is limited. It will come to a point when the apple says, wait a minute, what are you doing, market? And then the apple is going to join the market just a little. Now, it may not come all the way down with the market. It may just be a little pullback. But at some point, it's going to say, hey, what's the holdup, SPY? What's the deal here? You got a thorn in your shoe, a rock in your shoe? Did you trip over a branch? Did something happen? And what's going to happen is the SPY is going to come back and check it out just a little bit. So I want to watch this market. I always want the market on my side. Look how much we're overbought. And I have to ask myself, is this the best place to be buying when the market is so oversold? Maybe, maybe not for some folks. But what if I don't buy and the market moves up? I think I would have to say the number one, and I do mean the number one thing I've learned in the market, is you don't have to trade every day. Kevin there is going to make trades I'll never even see. I'm not jealous. I'm proud. It's okay. It's all right. I may not make money today because I may be a little chicken to be in the market, but other people might be in the market and be making money today. But I've learned that you have to have patience, and I've learned that you don't have to trade every day. So I look at this market and I'm thinking to myself, I just made a bucket load of money today. The last thing I want to do is push my luck with it today because I think we're too high. So that cash idea is a good thing to me right now. Very good thing. So I want the market to have my back. Okay. Could you sell MJ puts as long as it holds? Mel, you've got this thing for MJ, don't you? You really got this thing, don't you? So if I was to put some puts on, it would only be if I started to see follow through down below the candle. And this is where I will use the scanner. This is where I will put those stocks on the scanner, and then I will wait till I start seeing something, well, like this is my bear trap. Now, this is not going to be a bear trap. Well, here, let's do something for fun here. Nope. You could set the scanner up so that intraday, like maybe crossing below the T line. That's what I see here. There's a 30-minute chart, hourly chart. See, this is an hourly 3/8 trap right now. If it was to do this, if it was to get below, man, that's too big. Hang on, here we go. Get below the T line and then try to move up, that would be an excellent 3/8 bear trap on an hourly chart. And that's where I use the scanner to tell me that that's happening. You can certainly short it now, but it's not the way I would trade. Not the way I would trade. This chart overall right now still looks bullish to me. This looks horrible for an entry. Absolutely horrible for an entry. And by the way, if this stock was to move down, that's still bullish to me. If we were to see follow through, I'm still bullish this chart. Now, where's the 50? 50's right there. And it may get to the 50. I'm still bullish this chart, but I am not bullish the entry. There's a big difference between bullish a chart and bullish an entry. Huge difference, monster difference. Yeah. Momo. Nice chart. Earnings on the 24th, that's a bad deal. That is a very nice chart. I'm thinking about buying that. I'm going to flag that. Anybody that has the real-time scanner alerts, I'll definitely post it out when I buy it. That's a nice chart. So rounded bottom breakout, double bottom, rally up, higher low, higher high, higher low. We're over the 50 now. A morning star kind of sort of pattern here. Good risk reward. Good risk. And the reward is great. Earnings on the 24th. That's the bad thing, but today's only the 9th. All I need is for this thing to move up 10, 11, 12%, and I'm just as happy as happy can be. Who put that out there? Mitch. Thank you, Mitch. Nice chart. Appreciate it. I hope, did I answer all your questions, by the way? Stop would probably be, let's see if we're too low. And 4.8. You know, yeah, I'm going to drive the stop up to 1475. So anything below 1475, I'd be stopped out. So what I'm going to do is turn this red. I like this chart. And then we start to move up. Let's see, we'll put a target area about right there. And of course, a target's going to be the dotted deuce up there. Always the 200, and let's fill that gap to about 1975 up there. That's a good looking chart. Again, earnings, but that's long enough away. All I need is to get to 16 and a half here. Happy as can be. All right. Armin, is this being recorded? Yes, it is. Yes, the charts froze on me. Yes, it is being recorded. Thank you, Matt. Thank you very much, Armin. Long-term forecast. Now, you know, Armin, I'm not a long-term trader, okay? I can't, I don't, and I won't. Long-term, let's do this. So long-term, that was the high, 112. So long-term, it can certainly go to 112, all right? We're kind of still in that little bit of a downtrend here. Over that downtrend, it might become a trade. KBWB. KBBWB. Will you describe exactly, well, let me talk about this. We need to call it a day anyway pretty quick here. So is it a buy? To me, it's not a buy here, no. Why would we want to buy when the stock has been up, 13, almost 14%? Why would we want to buy when the market is so oversold? Why would we want to buy when we're right up against resistance? So, no, it's not. However, it is a chart that I could see putting on the watch list. Looks like we have support in that 42 neighborhood. So let's just arbitrarily put a buy box in there till we see what price does. So what we would want to see is price come back and then buyers come in. That would make an extremely nice chart, I think. Extremely nice chart. What do I think of plug? Not bad. Let's come over here. We have a breakout, so that's the new floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little room. We're going to drop back just a little bit. Well, we'll just go to the T-line for now. I think that's a good spot. So let's put the buy box on here like that. I wouldn't be interested in buying it today. I really wouldn't. I'm not really interested in buying today. Except for that Momo. That was nice. And then what we'll look for is just some consolidation in here. I mean, just take a little rest is all we're asking. and then maybe we look for that buy. This is a very nice chart. Let's look at the weekly. I'm looking at the weekly just so I can see more. Let's go to a monthly. I want to be able to see it in one picture here. I'm going to draw a line right here. Let's just look at the daily now. That's 48%. That's enough money. That's a nice chart. I'm flagging it. Thank you. I can see plug being a buy on an inside day tomorrow. That's a super nice chart. Huge amount of profit. Nice, Nina. Nice. Do you like the SW chart? That would be no. SBSW. Oh, there we go. That's better. Not till I see a buy signal. We have a hangman here. We have the follow through to the downside. I'm not convinced we're finding buyers yet. Not convinced of that at all. But if I start to see buyers, then yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Mitch, I'm not sure what you mean, RBB. Let's see, Mel. Thanks for the... You're welcome, Mel. Thank you, by the way, for allowing me to be absolutely honest. Now, yeah, okay, let's talk about the marijuana. The whole marijuana thing is going to go up. It is. 1 out of 3 states, and pretty quick, all states are going to do it. Why they haven't already done it, I don't know. They need to legalize it. That's the way I feel about it. And, they will. Eventually, they'll get around to it, and eventually, pot stocks are going to go higher. They definitely are. Oh, yeah, the pro trading room, and that's the real-time alerts, yes. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you, Mitch. Let's see. What's the dotted deuce? The dotted deuce is the 200 period moving average. Let me show it to you here. That's the best thing. If you have TC2000, grab a pencil and just write this down. Please do not try to copy it on your screen because I'm not going to leave it up that long. So write this down. The moving average period is the 200. It's the average type of the front weighted. So rather than using, say, simple or exponential, I'm using front weighted. It's the average of, rather than using the last price, I'm using the low price. That is the dotted deuce right there. FIV, is that too many letters in that one there, Bill? Maybe. I'll try it. VRR. Yeah, it's too many. Let's see. I think you mean FIVRR maybe. Nope, I did it. FVRR. I think that's what you mean there. So nice chart pattern this. We looked at this earlier today in the trading room. Very nice chart pattern. We've got a pullback. I would definitely put this on the watch list. Most definitely. In fact, I'm going to flag it here. Again, I'm not a buyer of negative candles. I don't care how long that wick is. I just not into buying negative candles. What I would rather see are the bulls step in. If we take a look at this chart, looks to me like this area right here is sort of important. Tag, 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 tag. Kind of important, it looks to me like. Tag, tag, cross it. Kind of important. So I'm thinking maybe a good setup just to the right of today's candle. Could be tomorrow, could be the next day. I want to see those buyers coming in. Also, a good place for this to maybe be a buy is to get through today's candle. So you can set the scanner up to only show 2-day highs. So for instance, well, we'd better put it there. There we go. So for instance, no matter what happens in here, if you have it set for one of your windows anyway, you don't have to have them all set for 2-day high, you'll be alerted when this makes a 2-day high. And I think that would be an excellent, excellent buy. It's a great looking chart. I like it. How I read pen. And hey, Ed, would you mind drawing me a line down there, please? Thank you. Pen, another N. There we go. We've got, you know, if it stays above the 50 period moving average, and if we see buyers come in, I would have to read it as a good chart. Right now, I read it as long, but a horrible entry because I just cannot bring myself to buy on a negative candle. I just can't do it. A lot of people do. But I can't do it. So I'm going to need to see buyers in there. Hello, Lee. What option would you pick on Momo? Good idea. Let's go look at that. Good idea. Let's go see. So Momo. There we go. So I'm going to go 50, 60 days plus, so January. Let's start with January. I'm going to look for open interest that matches up with about 70. So, you know what? 82, a little high for me, but, you know, that's okay. Let's check out April. That's a big negatory. Wow, January, that's getting out there. So, let's go back to January here. Depending on what contracts, or how many you buy, excuse me. For me, I mean, I'm just trading that little old small road to wealth account, still doubling it. The 71 here would be okay. And, you know, we've talked about this in the hit run candlesticks trading room. I wouldn't be opposed to a 15 strike versus that 1366 strike. I wouldn't be opposed to taking a 58 delta. If you are comfortable, if you feel like the trend is going to work for you, then I don't have a problem doing that. And that's a lot of good open interest right there. I like that. So I'll have to decide what I'm going to do, and I won't really know that until I actually do it, Lee. But oh, and then the spread's big. You're right. Let's go look. Well, that I wouldn't call it big, but somebody might. Here, I'm going to bring this down for you too. Let's go. We'll look at it right here. So, if I click on this 71 delta, the spread is 7.77% between the bid and the ask. Well, that's not too big for me. I always buy the mid price, so I'm okay with that. If I come down here and look at the 15 strike, then it's 5.34% between the bid and the ask. Again, I always buy the mid, so I don't think it's too big, but you know, that doesn't mean that somebody else does. You may think, you may not want to do that, but I'm okay with that. Okay numbers for me. Let me put this back. There we go. Chris, is VFVRR a pullback due to tech rolling over due to the vaccine? You know, Chris, I could certainly make something up for you, but I honestly don't know. How about we just follow the chart? How about we just do that? How about we just look at the chart? We see a rounded bottom breakout. We closed over that break. I'm sorry, I said rounded bottom breakout. Boy, today's getting long for me. We have a nice rounded bottom here. We broke out, we gapped down, but it looks like the bulls are holding us up. You know, to me, and this is really, really honestly the way I think about the market. I really don't care why it pulled back. I honestly do not. It does not matter to me why, because 10 people can give 10 different opinions, and it could be any one of those or all of those. I don't know. I'm just going to simply follow the chart. I like the chart. I don't like the entry on the chart, so I'll wait for an entry to come to my pocket, my buy area. And right now, that would be an inside day. Also, you've got, anything above the T line right now is going to be in the trap. So why is it pulling back? Don't know. Don't really care. To start with, it's not going to make a difference whether I trade it or not. It's all in the charts. All in the charts. Thank you, Ed. All righty. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. If you don't have real-time alerts, I think you need to give it a shot anyway, all right? Give it a chance. If you're not with Hit and Run Candlesticks, we do have a 30-day trial. The 30-day trial does include the real-time alerts, so you'd get the Pro Trading Room app as well. So I hope you consider both. Well worth it. The Live Trading Alert Scanner, it's 14 days free. How can you go wrong with free? No, you don't even have to give the credit card. I mean, it literally is free. And so I think Ed, bends over backwards with it. So I think that, KRE is still moving. Anyway, I think it's definitely something to consider, and I hope you consider giving Hit Run Candlesticks or Right Way Options a try. You guys take care. Have a great day. Ed, thank you very, very much. We'll talk to you later. You guys have a great day. Bye.